Sundown in the prairies of the prairies, wheat kings have all their treasures buried, and all you hear are the rusty breezes pushing around the weather-vane Jesus. In his Hippolyter he sees killer's face. Maybe it's someone standing in the killer's place. 20 years for nothing, well there's nothing new besides no one interested in something you didn't do. We kings and pretty things, let's just see what the morning brings. There's a dream he dreams where the high school is dead and stark. It's a museum and we're all locked up in it after dark, where the walls are lined all yellow, gray and sinister, hung with pictures of our parents' prime minister. We kings and pretty things, wait and see what tomorrow brings. Late breaking story on the CBC. A nation whispers we'd always knew that he'd go free. They add you can't be fond of living in the past, 'cause if you are, then there's no way that you're gonna last. We kings and pretty things, let's just see what tomorrow brings. Kings and pretty things, that's what tomorrow brings.
Hey viewers, welcome to this week's episode of Winging It. I've got my video producer here again. Do you want to say hi?
I still work for free.
Alright. This week we've got my rendition of Wheat Kings by the Tragically Hip. So before we get into anything, let's start off with a quick tutorial on how to play this song. Oh, and you might have noticed I've got my new light set up here, so yeah, moving on up. Feels like too much echo. Okay, there you go. Alright. Right. Better camera, better lights, just for you guys. Okay, so Wheat Kings, this is a pretty simple song. I think the hardest part about it is just the rhythm of the strumming, because it's just 3 chords. So it starts off with a G. You can play the G like this, and to C, G, to C, and the strumming part it changes to C on the upbeat. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4, and that's your intro, your verses, and then the chorus, you add the D. We heat kings and then back to your G and C. Pretty things, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and let's just see 1, 2 to the G. Morrow brings 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then that keeps going like that until the last chorus, which is a little bit different, where the last line of the chorus is a little bit different, where he, instead of going from the D, we kings, he goes to a C instead of the G. And pretty things, and he keeps on the C. That's what tomorrow brings. And to D, and back to C, and D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and ends on the G. Alright. So that's pretty much the guitar tutorial bit. This song was, I've always known about the Tragically Hip growing up in Canada. They were a very popular band. They have so many great hits, and I had never really, it was never a band that I thought I would want to learn how to play their music. And this was until a friend of mine, requested one of their songs. So I thought, hey, why not? I'll check out the music. If there's something that I can play, I'll try it and play it. So hopefully I did them some justice. So the Tragically Hip, I think it's no secret, their frontman Gord Downey, passed away not too long ago from brain cancer. So he's a Canadian icon. I mean, like Justin Trudeau said some nice things about him. There's so many people felt the loss because they're as a band. Not only did they make great music, but their songs held a lot of meaning. Like they didn't write songs for just to make catchy tunes for money. I mean, they were catchy, but their lyrics had meaning behind them. So, for example, which this song I didn't realize until I read about it, it's called We Kings, and it was written about this man called David Milgaard, who in Canadian history, I think it's one of the worst cases of like a mistrial or just being jailed for the wrong reasons, like because they didn't have enough evidence, but the police probably were under a lot of pressure to find someone. So he just happened to be unlucky, wrong place, wrong time, got arrested, and he was sent to prison for 20 years for a crime that he did not commit. And one of the things that struck me from what I found from Google is that he had 20 chances, I'm guessing each year, to apply for early release, and he did not ever once apply for early release, because in order to do so, you have to admit that you were guilty of the crime, and he would not do that. So, I mean, the amount of strength it would take to do that, I don't know if I can say I could do that. Just get me out. I don't know. It would take so. Anyways, I have so much respect for him. He finally got out after, I think it was 22, 23 years. Finally, with the help of Tragically Hip, all the people supporting him, his mother, they finally got him out. And then I believe it was 4 years after that he was completely exonerated because of DNA evidence that said no, it wasn't him. He did not commit that heinous crime. So I can't imagine the trauma that he'd been through, but hopefully, at least it would get him on his way to recovery. So, anyways, cool song, The Wheat Kings. I think, from what I can tell, Wheat Kings refers to the giant wheat silos that you will find throughout the prairies, and pretty things like, so, and then let's just see what tomorrow brings. I think it was written from the view of David Milgaard, so, looking out of his window, he would see these wheat kings, like these wheat silos. Let's see what tomorrow brings, because you have to have held on to that hope to make it through all those years in jail. That's all I have for this week, and I hope everyone enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.